Hi, you are listening to the Father Support Network podcast. This podcast is for single fathers and fathers in general. On this podcast, we educate, inform, guide, encourage, and help fathers navigate the complex challenges of maintaining contact and healthy relationships with their children after separation or divorce. Your host is Dr. Michael Uwangba. Michael Uwangba is a father of three who successfully fought for the right of his children to have their father in their lives.
Hello, happy Friday. Today I just want to talk about, I think today is the 3rd of October, when Diddy, Puff Daddy, Brother Love is going to be sentenced. And I was, I woke up to the sarcastic letter by 50 Cent, to the judge. But more importantly, the statement letter, impact statement written by Cassie, the prime witness in the Diddy trial, saying that her life is going to be in danger and wanting Diddy to be locked up, and the prosecutors asking for 11 years. Well, how to say, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. I'm not going to defend Puff Daddy, but when we look at it, we look at the whole case. It comes out, it's just a case of a man's sexual deviance, a man that is just sexually perverse, and nothing wrong with that. And then we've come to see participants in all of these experiments or sexual tries between Puff Daddy and Cassie over the years, over a period of more than a decade. We've come to see these male prostitutes come out and say Cassie was not just a willing participant; she was the director in one of those things. And then upon there's been a civil case where Cassie was paid $30 million. But my thing is this: I don't hear anything that has to do with it's a male versus female kind of thing. Nah, you got paid, and then you want a man to go to jail. You say you're afraid. Why are you getting paid for me? Why are you benefiting from that? Why did he benefit from that? What are you getting paid for? And then you still want the man to go to jail. So if she's gonna still come out, and like a lot of people argue, even in prison, if Diddy has that level of influence, he can still be touched. So, but that's not my argument. The argument is that is a father. I know people that have a set of twins, have a boy, that's going through his own thing as well. That's a father that's been locked away. And that brings me to the crux of the argument, right? Being responsible, living responsibly as a man, as a father, because our actions have ramifications beyond us. They affect a lot of people. They affect our kids. They affect our loved ones. They link it up to Tory Lanez. Saying in prison, that's talent being wasted. Link it up to R. Kelly, that's talent being wasted. And all for what? As I said to people, I don't know, fame, money, those things don't matter. Those things don't matter at all when you need to live. You need to have a moral code about what you live. You need to live right. And it's getting dangerous these days. It's getting really dangerous. And I was watching Cardi B, and not to start judgmental, but first of all, congratulations on her pregnancy. She's expecting a 4th child with Stephen Diesel. But that's in the basketball, and the person she's with after leaving Offset. And then again, I've listened to a lot of people come heavy on her. I'll reserve my own moral judgment. But all I can say is messy. It's really, really messy. And we've come far where in terms of parity, gender parity, well, we've liberalized sex, we've liberalized relationship. You could do whatever you want to do. Someone came reach out to me recently and said you don't need a man. They don't need a man because they've got some sort of economic relief or doing a bit better in economical. I said, so I don't need a man. And then they say, oh, I only need a man to just cuddle. But the irony of that, the paradox of that, when I listen to these kind of childish talks, I just laugh. You don't need a man, but you need a man. And we're hurting ourselves. We live in a society, in a time where there is danger down the line. There's a lot of sickness, a lot of depression down the line. There's a lot of, I was watching, watch Kitty Pryde and see, listen, man, you need someone. A man needs a woman needs a man. That is a lie from a pit of hell. Whoever tells you that the man, you're lying. What is it? You live in a modern world where you got your GPS, you got your phone, you got the lights, you got the CCTV. You get to a place where you see where you need someone. You need someone. Everyone needs someone. No one is an islander now. No one is so sustained. You can't sustain yourself by yourself. You need someone. You need the other person. So, but then again, when there's an innocent child coming up from Gadibi, that's an innocent child that knows nothing about. But you're bringing a child to this messy, man. But what we're gonna do is we create the cycle of perversion. And then again, we look at that where it was in the past where the ban OnlyFans. People were coming and look like, I don't respect you. I did a series in the past recently about high value man, high value woman. You just have him. They get ties then into the woman's side and the man just because you're making some dollars and making some pants. That don't make you high value. Yeah, you're riding a nice car, you have living house much. That don't make you high value. And then you do OnlyFans, you sell yourself. You sell and that ties into the casting. You engage in certain things. You can sleep at night. It don't matter, the millions can wash it away. When you look at yourself, the nightmares, and look at the things you've done. And then we live in a society that seems to defend that or is afraid to. You can't police that. Because it wasn't in the US. There's a Republican senator law. A senator that was found out now distributing child. These people act so highly moral, but they got no moral standard. It's just what's going on with the West, where we pick and choose who we come with these. There's just this moral vacuum. We just live in a world where everybody wants to just do whatever without looking at the consequences, without looking at the future generation. You're bringing a child 10, 15 years down the line, but it's messed up. We're not living well. We're not being considerate of the future generation. We're not being considerate of the kids we're bringing to the world. We're not being considerate of the impact, the wide ramifications of our actions, how we live, what we do. We just want to have fun. Nothing wrong in having fun. I like fun, but have fun with some sense of responsibility, sense of accountability. Have fun with some measured fun. Think. Be sensitive. Think about our future. Think about our generation. Think about the future generation. Don't overdo it. I don't know whatever consequence, whatever it is. Did get, I don't think when you criminalize, I think he got guilty of the lesser crime, prostitution, and then they say prostitution is the oldest trade, and it's still there. And I wonder why OnlyFans is not prostitution. I wonder why what Cassie is doing. That how can you defend that within the ambit of feminism, within the ambit of my body, my choice, my choice? No, that's some BS. That's some BS. But then again, who am I? I'm not. So that's why the Holy Bible says, "You that's pointing your hand, look at the 9 fingers pointing in the back of you. Would you don't judge not?" I'm not gonna judge. I'm just saying. I'm just an objective commentator, just commenting and saying, "Listen, we're messed up. We're messed up. Things needs to be cleaned up, and we just need some kind of intervention. I don't know what we need to clean this up, but." We can't be looking at these people as role models, looking at these celebrities, these pop stars, these are not role models. It's not role models. We need to create real role models for our kids. It's just raising kids in this perverse society with a warped sense of what values, or the warped value system. It's hard, but for good fathers out there, good mothers out there, good parents out there, don't give up. Keep your head high and keep doing what you're doing. And I'm sure, like our listener, good always prevail over evil. But yeah, I'll leave it at that and say, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you again.